Always enjoy my theme music. Hey guys, welcome back to another live edition of Tony Davis Live. That's right, it's been a minute here. I've been really busy with some other things. But now we are right here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I'm always hanging out in Myrtle Beach, doing our thing with the ICAP East Coast Classic and other events. And so today we're doing live streaming at our akplive.com for Miss Christy Martin's professional boxing event. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of things that are going on here this weekend with these fights. We have a man sitting right here, guys, Mr. Walker Vivian. He's all over the place, right? He not only does the Muay Thai and kickboxing events, but he also has some boxers, apparently, because he has a guy fighting on the show tonight. And that's going to be really, really interesting to see that. Because a lot of people think, kickboxers, they can't really box. But I guess we're going to find out a little bit different here tonight. But for right now, guys, if you want to see some great action coming up tonight here in the Landmark Resort, the tickets are almost sold out. That part I do know. So you might as well be on the screen at akplive.com. You can order it. You're going to be able to see it. You're going to see some great shots, great action, great commentary as well. Professional boxing right here tonight at the Landmark Resort. Mr. Walker Vivian, how are you, sir?
I'm good.
Good. It is good to see you here. There's a lot of things that have been going on. You have gotten yourself into a fight yourself coming up on June 11th. Let's talk a little bit about that. How's that going for you?
The matching is coming along great. We're full as far as the card goes, and I don't want to sound biased, but I feel like I've done a really good job with some fire matches.
Well, good. I've seen some of the fights that you have. They're actually all looking pretty good, and I think that it's going to be a really good show. I think that people are going to enjoy the fights. And all that. Tell me a little bit about, before we start talking about the boxing, some of the lineup that you have right now for that show.
So our main event is Taylor Rodriguez out of Greenville. He trains with Bond Muay Thai. That's one flip. He's got a good, strong background in Muay Thai. He's facing one of your IKF East Coast Classic. I think he's a two-time champion, Anthony Brown. Out of Charleston. And
that's going to be a tough one.
It is. Both guys are looking really sharp, and it's. I almost want to say like that fight itself would be like my baby. That's why we made it the main event.
Right.
It's for an IKF state title.
Right.
So that's one just in itself. It's two guys that aren't from the area, and it's going to hold a lot of the weight for the card, if you ask me.
Right. Do you think they have a pretty good following and everything, and they're expecting a decent crowd for them?
I would say so. Mark brings a big support system, and Anthony has been fighting in South Carolina in this region for so long. A lot of people know his name. He's fought on. He hasn't fought MMA, but he's fought on MMA cards.
Right.
His Muay Thai style is so strong. They put him as a Muay Thai bout on a lot of MMA cards in the region. So they bring a lot of support.
Right. Tell us about some other guys you have on the show.
Well, I have quite a few locals. One of my spotlighted guys is a guy that's been with me for a long time, Gavin Kreiser. He's one of the heavyweights. He's going to be our super heavyweight bout. He's approaching 40, and he's been training for a long time. He's been with the PKBs. I think he's got 4 of those. He's one of your grand champions.
I think I know who that is. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good.
He's fighting a guy out of Sam King's camp in Columbia. A younger kid who's another big heavyweight, pushing a little over 300.
300 pounds?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow. That's going to be exciting.
And usually, so I know the two guys, I've seen them both fight as far as in your PKB circuit.
Right.
So it's pretty cool. Normally, like I would say heavyweights at an amateur level, it's not a big draw, but these two guys specifically with their style and their the way they fight, I think that's another one that's going to be one to watch.
You have any women on the card?
I do.
Okay, tell us a little bit about that.
We have 2 women bouts, if I believe so. One of them is Kayla Hennessy out of Jeff Grady's gym in Charleston.
Get you back in the screen there. I put up that. There you go. That kind of took you out there. I'm trying to show you a poster there, too. There you go.
It'll be Kayla Hennessy out of Jeff Grady's gym in Charleston.
Right.
Kayla's a strong, aggressive fighter. She's fighting Ashley Askew, another one out of Sam King in Columbia.
Right.
Ashley Askew's got a lot of height, but Kayla will equal that balance. You know, she'll balance that out with her aggression.
Right.
And that's a unified rules, which I personally I tend to want to watch unified more. There's limited clinch. It's actions a little bit more.
Exactly. Right.
So that's one to watch. And then we have Emily Keck versus Christian Jones. Emily Keck is an MMA fighter out of here in Myrtle Beach, fitness edge, and then Christian Jones is with a guy that's fought. She's fought in the East Coast Classic, and her coach is Justin Mitchell, who's fought quite a few ICANs. He's pretty skilled. And Christian has a lot of knockout power, where Emily Keck is very elusive and a lot of in and out style. The two, you know, they say styles make matches. And as far as these girl matches, I think that's kind of what I went towards, and I succeeded with as far as matching.
I've heard you say the East Coast Classic several times. How important has the East Coast Classic been to this region? Because, you know, before it was nothing. Right? There was nothing here like that.
Right.
The fight that it is here now. How important has it been to growing Muay Thai and kickboxing in this region?
I think it's extremely important, especially because it's something that you can guarantee that it's going to happen every year, 2 times a year.
Right.
It's something that I know me personally with my gym. I still have somewhat of a new gym. We're in our 3rd year.
Right.
You know, I just moved back 3 years ago. We're in our 3rd year, and it's something that I tell my guys that want to fight. Well, you're going to do at least 2 to 3 PKPs. And then we're going to time them up. You're going to do the East Coast Classic. It's a part of the curriculum of my program. And I also explain to a lot of people the way the East Coast Classic is set up. You are going to get tested. This is not one of these things where I can match you with this person who I know you're going to win, or maybe you're going to edge out.
Right.
You and I have talked about it before. The fights match themselves
Right.
at the East Coast Classic. And I think that's very important. Especially for the region, because like I said, it's guaranteed to happen in this region, and that's something that's important, especially in the last 5 years.
Awesome. Tell people how they can get tickets and everything for June 11th.
Well, tickets will be done through akpromotions.org.
Right.
You can go through my Facebook page, Johnny's Facebook page, also on Carolina Kickboxing Academy's Instagram. We have a link for the tickets. And then if you're a part of any of the fighters' gyms, 99% of these gyms have a QR code poster where you can just go up and you can scan the QR code, and it'll give you a link to the ticket sales.
Right. Tell us a little bit about the boxer that you have on the show tonight here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina at the Landmark Resort. This is professional boxing going on tonight here. Tell us a little bit about your fighter.
Yeah, so it's my guy Josh Baker. He's been on the scene here as a mixed martial artist locally, maybe here in Myrtle Beach, and he drives about an hour and a half to me to do his kickboxing 3 to 4 times a week. He is 9-0 as a mixed martial artist. His style is boxing and jiu-jitsu as a mixed martial artist. He has his boxing is well enough in the MMA bouts that he has been forced. The guys take him to the ground, and I believe in his 9-0 record, he has 9 submission wins. And that would sound like he's a jiu-jitsu guy, but it's more so because his boxing has forced guys to take him to the ground where he will submit them. Then he's making his boxing debut tonight.
How many fights has he had in the kickboxing, you said?
In MMA. He's 9-0. Yeah, 9-0.
9-0 in MMA?
Yeah, 9-0.
What? Oh my God.
So.
Oh, okay. So somebody's got that. Who's his opponent tonight?
It is Marcel Sims out of North Carolina.
Okay. What kind of record does he have?
He's 0-5. So he's got some experience in boxing.
All right. Well, yeah. Okay, yeah. Okay, right. All right. That's going to be an interesting fight. It's going to be even more interesting if your guy loses.
Yeah, I mean, Josh.
Never underestimate your opponent.
I was just going to say, the last time Josh fought here, actually in Myrtle Beach, was against a similar record, and he got in a little bit of danger. He came out on top. Josh knows how to win, but just because the record is the way it is doesn't always guarantee one fighter, a W.
Right, absolutely. So this is your first time fighting on the Christy Martin show.
Yes.
What has that experience been like in working with that team so far?
Honestly, I was telling my wife, Christy Martin, it was a gym. I met her, and she introduced me to her entire crew yesterday, and usually I maybe dealing with some of the other promoters, it's a little more like kind of staunch atmosphere. But they were very laid back, very genuine, and sweet.
Yes, they're very, very nice people. They have an actual beautiful setup here at the Landmark Resort. It's almost sold out, if not sold out already. Right. She's only been in this area for maybe a year or so. right? And she's done a fantastic job. And if you guys don't know who Christy Martin is, she is the coal miner's daughter, and she was legendary in the fight game. Back with Don King promotion, she was on like what is it, Time magazine, and I mean they actually have a documentary of her story right now on Netflix. It's called The Untold Story, right? Dance with the Devil. You might want to go and check that out on Netflix. A phenomenal, extraordinary story. So she's been through a lot, and to be here promoting today, still be nice, still be gentle, and still love and have passion for the sport is really something pretty exciting, guys. I tell you, got Jeremiah Scott checking us out. Say hi to Jeremiah out there. Jeremiah, he's out there doing his thing. We've had him fight on some of our cards and everything. He's taking a little break. Who knows? He might pop back up at any time. You never know. Jeremiah Scott, how you doing, man? It's good to see you. But also with Christy Martin's boxing, right? When you look at this card today, you kind of paid attention to the card and the other fights that are going on. Do you have any thoughts about the card?
So I know this name.
Yes, Kimon.
Yeah, I've heard him. I've heard as well.
Yeah.
I mean, she's getting some strong names on these cards, and I think this is something she wants to do a few times a year, and it's looking like these are strong cards.
Yeah, really strong. And she's doing a Pro-Am show. This is the first time she's done a Pro-Am. Normally she does all pros.
Okay.
But now giving these amateurs an opportunity to showcase their skills is the first time she's been able to do that. What do you think about the importance of having these amateurs? I know the answer to this. But what do you feel the importance of having amateurs be able to showcase on a professional card?
Well, on both sides, it's a promoter and for the fighters. It's a good platform for amateurs to get this kind of exposure.
Right.
It's on pay-per-view tonight.
Yes.
To get this exposure on a pro card, the undercard of a pro card, and also as far as the promoter stands, it's good to get those fights, get those early fighters. You see who your stars are.
Yes.
You can build up later on.
Yes. Right. It is really important. You are the owner of Carolina Kickboxing Academy. Yes. Tell me a little bit about your gym and what your purpose and what you're doing over there in Florence, South Carolina.
Well, so it was always a goal of mine to come back home at some point or another in my career and start something like Carolina Kickboxing.
What were you before?
I was a professional fighter in MMA and kickboxing.
But you were living, where were you living?
Oh, I was living in Las Vegas.
Right.
I was living in Las Vegas for the last 6 or so years. Before that, I was traveling around a lot. I did a few tours, tours in Thailand, and it was always kind of the back of my head to come back to, because my community has never had something kind of like what I'm offering. So now that's just what I want to put Florence kind of on a larger stage as far as the fight community goes.
Right. Well, I think you're doing a pretty good job. But what are you teaching there at your club?
Primarily, we were
everything.
It's everything striking. It's kickboxing, Muay Thai, heavy on Muay Thai, heavy on kickboxing, and heavy on boxing. So something I know from watching Johnny's fights, he has quite some hands. The word kickboxing has boxing in it, so I think it's people get surprised when we have something. I have about 4 or 5 boxers, 3 professional boxers, and people get surprised when they hear that, but. Kickboxing's got a lot of hands in it. You got to use the hands to set up the kicks.
But really, when I really stepped up my game is when I got my hands right. I'd already had the kicks, right? But when I stepped up the game, it was getting those boxing down, because boxing is scary. And like tonight, you're going to see these guys out here. They're standing toe to toe. Listen, you got legs, it gives you a little bit of room. But when you have those hands, you got to be right in there, man. You got to be right in the pocket. And it's actually scary in there and all. And so to get the courage, number one, to stand in that pocket and then learn how to work your body to get that power, it's pretty extraordinary, no doubt. You've been working with us with the ICARE PKB and now doing your first full contact show. You've had the opportunity to work with me just a little bit. Let's go ahead and let people know, because we're telling people about our ICARE Promoter Assistance Program. And now being head of ICARE, I'm offering that more to people so that they can come on board and work with us and learn the ropes of promotions. Kind of explain to people what that journey has been like for you. I guess in working with me and the IKF, and you don't have to sugarcoat it. Just tell them the truth. If it's bad, then I'll just take it on the chin and all. But just give people an idea of what that experience has been like. Real talk.
Yeah. Well, real talk. Like I told you, I think it was last week when we weren't on a platform. It has been one of the smoothest processes I've ever gone through. As far as I've done some soft matchmaking before on other shows, and I've fought on nearly 40 shows as a fighter. I've dealt with plenty of promoters as a coach. So I mean, we're talking hundreds, if not thousands, of experience with promoters and sanctioning bodies and presidents. And this has been the smoothest experience ever. And that's something I told you a week ago. So that's not.
Well, here's your money right here. I'm going to sneak the money to him. But you know, I thought that was interesting, though. When you said that, I didn't ask for that. You know, it was just something that you just kind of said.
Yeah.
And I thought it was interesting that the fact that you would just say that. You know, the fact that some people ask you, what was the experience like working with me?
Right.
And I guess there might be, I don't know, maybe a facade, a persona, or something out there that maybe I might be hard to work with or something. But it's not that hard. It is just simply I have an agenda and a goal that we're trying to reach together.
Right.
And I know the business. I know it like the back of my hand. If you don't know the business and you're willing to learn, like you are, by the way, you're doing a fantastic job and putting together the card and you listen. Sometimes you listen with a little grumble, but you listen.
I gotta talk back.
Well, of course. But the bottom line is that is what it's all about. And what I'm doing, I try to make myself a vessel and trying to teach all of these young promoters. I say younger promoters and people who want to be in this business long after I'm gone. The only way that we can, really solidify our sport and build our sport is we have to get solid promoters like yourself, solid promoters like the Hodges, solid promoters like Chad Mueller over there in the Midwest. So right now we're getting strong on the East Coast, strong in the Midwest, strong on the West Coast, and then other states. Arizona we just brought on the person over there. So we're going to be across this country. Georgia is getting ready to get back on the ball. The goal is to train people so that they can learn the business. And if you're willing to learn, we're inviting you to come on board with the IKF. Join us, whether as a promoter, as a representative. You're going to see more information coming out on that and then we can make you, like Walker here, have his first event coming up on June 11th in Florence, South Carolina, that I guarantee you will look like his 10th event, if not more. Walker Vivian, thank you so much, brother, for coming out. Good luck to your fighter tonight and all of that, and I will be watching. All right, thanks so much, brother. All right, guys, you can check out all the action here tonight as well at akplive.com. We're going to be going live here around 5 o'clock p.m. You should definitely check it out here at the Landmark Resort right here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Christy Martin presents live professional and amateur. I almost said Muay Thai kickboxing, but it's not. It is boxing tonight, Johnny. It is boxing tonight. You guys can check that out. Also, I want to give a little hint to some of our sponsors here. She's sponsored by United Rentals here. They're out of Myrtle Beach. The Citadel Contractors, Mind Zero, and obviously Christy Martin Champs, which is actually a non-profit organization that she has here. Again, guys, check us out at akplive.com. Check out all the action. I'm going to take a little break here. We'll be talking to you real soon. It's good to be back. Johnny Davis live, and I'm checking out. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta go because they got pro-am starting at 5. I don't see my code, so we got to come on. I'm connected. I'm streaming.